No more team damage, no more team killing, let's simply remove it. Disabling friendly fire. Many of you guys wanted to know what I think about it, so here it is. Here is my take on it. Here is my episode about disabling friendly fire. Because it actually goes a bit deeper than many of you might think. Let's simply remove it, they say. This should solve all the problems. No team killing anymore because you are not able to damage your teammates by ramming them, by shooting them, by doing I do not know what, so no team damage allowed. That means no team killing, no blue people on the battlefield. Everyone should be happy at least. When I saw the article, when I saw the Developer Diaries episode talking about disabling team damage, it really reminded me when they disabled all chat. Out from nowhere, they didn't try any different solutions. They simply decided to remove it, no all chat for you anymore, because only few people every other match were abusing it. But let's remove it for every single player. But we're coming back to this topic in a second. Now, just to put it out here, I have to say I am fine with either way. Either versions, if team damage stays, if team damage goes, simply because I do not want to stress too much about this topic. For me, it is not a game-breaking feature either way. Nothing I can do anyway. I am way too small to turn any wheels in this game, actually. But still, if they are going to remove team damage in update 1.6 as they said, why are they not trying any other solutions before that? Why do you take the final option as the first solution? This is what I don't get. So let's actually watch that video together, or actually I'm going to show you some clips where they make some points, why they're doing it, and let's add some extra commentary on it as well.
In fact, team killing doesn't solve any practical issues. Generally, it's just a means of toxicity.
What's even scarier, it's not just about expressing negative emotions once, it's a thing that could potentially cause a domino effect. Say a player expresses their negativity by shooting at an ally, which in turn provokes negativity in the ally that they shot. And after that, anything can happen.
According to the game rules, such actions are forbidden. They're punishable by corresponding sanctions, including account bans.
Any similar situation leads to the weakening of the allied team, so it's a pretty serious issue in any case.
Yes, they are correct over here. This is pretty serious issue indeed, especially that domino effect. I have seen that way too many times in my own battles as well. When one guy randomly turns blue, all my teammates suddenly lose their freaking minds. They have to get back to that blue guy. I have to be the vigilante over here. I have to be the hero. I have to take out that blue guy. It doesn't matter if the blue guy is still at full HP. Maybe it was an accident. Maybe not. Maybe the guy just lost his nerves. Maybe the guy who he killed was blocking him, pushing him out, ramming him. Doesn't matter. You simply do not team kill any players in this game anyway, even if the guy is blocking you, acting as a complete dick, because this is what the troll wants. He wants to ruin your battle. He doesn't care about his own results. He wants to ruin your battle. If you open fire, if you turn blue, if you kill that guy, he wins, pretty much. Because trolls are idiots, losers in life. They have nothing else to do other than ruin your gaming experience in a pixel game. Yeah, they are losers. So just calm down and don't fire. But if anyone fires, if anyone turns blue, what happens? All my teammates rush towards that guy and the battle has been lost. So yes, they are absolutely right about the domino effect. When players see blue color, they lose their minds.
Picture this. You're aiming at the enemy at mid-range, and just as you fire a shot, an ally drives into your reticle.
Of course, your ally has no idea what just happened. They got shot in the rear and lost 1,000 hit points. You're also shocked because you just dealt 1,000 damage to an ally. You're both very frustrated at the situation, especially the ally that got hit.
After we release this feature, there'll be no damage if an ally drives into your reticle at the moment of firing. A non-penetration decal will be drawn on the ally's hull, or a ricochet decal if there was a ricochet. There will be no damage. The ally will hear an alternative hit sound and see a flash that's different from the one we're used to.
When you are driving out in the open, you take your position without noticing that one tank destroyer might be aiming in at the enemy tank already. Let's say if I was that AMX-30B at the start of this clip who got hit by Jagdpanzer 100, if I would get hit right away after I crossed or after I came out from the cover, if I lost 1000 HP, I would simply say, oh shit, it was my bad. I would say sorry to Jagdpanzer 100. This is what any normal human being would do. It was my mistake. Many times Jagdpanzer 100 says, oh shit, sorry dude, even though it wasn't his mistake. This is what happens in this game sometimes. Shit happens. And if anyone is going to lose their mind, if that AMX-30B loses his mind, for example, in that situation, and starts team damaging Jagdpanzer 100, just increase the punishment. It is actually quite ridiculous at the moment. I think if you damage someone, you lose something like 6,000 credits or up to 10,000 credits. So what if we increase the punishment, credit punishment at first? You team damage someone once. It was an accident, it sucks, yeah, it really sucks. You lose, let's say, 15,000 or 20,000 credits after your first shot. But if you damage the same target in the same battle the second time, the second shot alone is going to cost you 50,000 credits. If you damage the same tank the third time, the third shot is already 100,000 credits. Or maybe even more, maybe like 200,000 credits, I don't know. Or yet another punishment, I'm just pulling them out from my head, out from nowhere. Let's say you turn blue. In your next 10 battles, you earn 0 experience. Or maybe 0 credits. So you have to play 10 battles in a row with negative income, because you were a dick. 0 credit income, 0 experience income might work as well. What do you think? Or maybe it has some drawbacks. For example, if you get this type of penalty in tier 10, you go into lower tiers, you troll over there because you know you are going to lose credits, maybe. So we have to add some tier limitation as well. I don't know, so many options, different options and solutions. And with the automatic ban, if you have been team damaging many battles in a row, if you get that automatic ban, it should be like 15 to 30 days or maybe even more than that. Just to calm them down. We do not need toxicity, toxic players in the game. So why do you want to keep them in the game? Because of money? Could be, most likely, but the same toxic player who buys couple premium tanks, premium time, maybe some gold as well. The same one toxic player can make 15 to 20 other players quit the game because of toxic behavior. Team damaging, ramming, pushing, trolling, stuff like that. Many times people cannot take it anymore and they leave it. So you lose even more customers, you lose even more money.
Some players used an ancient mechanic. Basically, they abused the tank's gun being solid for shells. There was a popular hobby among those players. Drive up to an allied SPG when it doesn't see them, place their gun into the SPG's gun, and wait until it shoots. The shell could explode on the tank's gun and deal huge high explosive damage to the SPG itself.
From now on, if an HE shell crosses an allied gun, it will just fly right through.
Nice, nothing bad to say about that. As they said, it was kind of an ancient strategy, ancient trolling thing to do, but I would say this can be done without removing the team damage completely as well. It wouldn't be too hard.
Because we're disabling friendly fire, an arty can't deal damage, but we decided to allow them to stun allies like before. Imagine a situation when a player on a one-shottable vehicle clinches an enemy to avoid damage, survives and potentially avoids being shot by an enemy artillery. Without any effect on the allies, an arty would be able to just send a shell into a group of allied and enemy vehicles and be unpunished, which would affect the battle dramatically. So, just as before, they'll have to think about who to target in order to avoid stunning allied vehicles and receiving the corresponding penalty.
Okay, so as much as I understood, you are no longer able to damage your own teammates even with an artillery unit, but you are still going to stun them if your shell hits too close to your allied units. And if you do that, you get a little penalty. Now, the penalty should actually vary depending on how big of a stun it was on an allied tank. If it was almost a direct hit, almost a full stun, the penalty should be fairly freaking big. If you see two tanks face hugging each other, and if you kill the other guy, if you stun your own teammate, the penalty should be very big, in my opinion. Just for that situation, just for the face hugging situation, the penalty should be so big you are seriously going to second guess if you want to take that shot or not. And of course, the penalty should be super low, minimum penalty if you only stunned them with the edge of your stunning circle and stunning range, because sometimes you want to help out your allies, but you have to take some risks as well, so it should be like minuscule. But if you almost directly stun them, it should be big.
Even with the new system, you can get a team killer status.
A player with this status will receive damage from shooting and ramming as the new mechanic stops working on them. Any player who plays actively sometimes hits allies because human reactions aren't always fast enough to react the moment someone rolls into your sights. And well, we're all people. We all have feelings. Sometimes you shoot at someone just because you're angry.
Usually when I am angry, I am going to shoot enemy tanks harder and even more than previously. But if you are angry and you cannot control yourself, you are shooting at your own teammates even without dealing any damage. If you do that too many times in a row, you can still turn blue, and when you turn blue, if I understood it correctly, you turn blue and none of those disabling team damage rules apply to you anymore, and allies are still able to damage you.
The most important thing we intend to do is prevent the above-mentioned domino effect, when even a random accident that causes damage to an ally may lead to a catastrophic situation for the team when teammates start fighting against each other and lose the battle.
So it works when it was an accident indeed. It should prevent the domino effect at least, because you didn't receive any damage, so you shouldn't be too angry. But if it happens many times in a row, maybe this releases another domino effect, because let's say someone is a complete penis in your team and does that too many times in a row and turns blue, and as far as I understood, if you are blue, none of those disabled team damage rules apply to you, and you are still able to receive damage. And knowing my teams, your teams as well, many players are going to chase that blue guy. They are going to forget all the enemy players, and you lose the battle. That sucks. So that much about the developer diaries episode, where they announced that this is going to happen in update 1.6. Still, why you didn't try, why you didn't even test out any other solutions, more strict ruling solutions, bigger punishments, stuff like that? Because if you take away the team damage, you take away yet another feature from this game. You make it way too casual. You take away yet another human reaction feature. Stuff like this happens, yes. But you cannot get rid of trolls. If your only goal with this feature was to reduce trolling toxicity, then trolls and toxic players always find new ways. Pushing out allied tanks, blocking, ramming them without receiving any damage from now on. Many idiots are already doing it besides team damaging, so if you take away team damaging, ramming and pushing out enemy tanks has to increase, right? And it is a lot harder to detect because now there is no team damaging, no automatic team damaging panning, I think. So is removing that team damaging feature completely as the first solution, the best solution, without testing out anything else for every single player? What do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments down below. Now coming back to the old chat removal, which they did I think a couple years ago already, they out from nowhere completely removed it for every single player without testing any other restrictions, any other features. Minority, epic minority of the player base was abusing it, was saying bad words in the chat, was revealing enemy tanks' positions. It was crazy minority. So to outright block it for every, or to remove it for every single player, in my opinion, it wasn't the best solution. Maybe let's try more strict ruling at first. If anyone is revealing enemy tanks positions in the old chat, allies tank positions to the enemy team in the old chat, or saying super bad words, racism, stuff like that, permanently ban that player from all chat. But you can still write in the team chat. But all chat has been permanently banned because you cannot behave over there. So we got rid of one toxic player. And if the same player doesn't follow the rules in the team chat as well, then permanently ban the chatting option for good. Even the in-game chat windows, you know, in the game, in lobby. Like, this player really cannot behave, this player really shouldn't be talking to anyone. Let's get rid of all those players, so 90 to 95% of the player base is still able to enjoy all chat, who are actually able to behave over there. Yeah, so Wargaming many times really likes to use hammer, one big massive hammer at first, before testing if it actually needs a little touch with a screwdriver, for example, if you catch my drift over here. Anyway, let me know what you think about this one, if any of my solutions would work. Maybe not. I was simply discussing over here. I was trying to, or I am trying to get a little discussion going on with you. It is a simple thing. Let's simply remove it, but is it really going to solve all the solutions? Is it the best solution? In my opinion, keeping that in as a human reaction factor feature is okay, but also, as I said at the start of the episode, just less stress for me. I am still going to be playing this game with either of those solutions. But let me know what you think. I get you next time with something else. Stay awesome, take care, and bye.